RLCS versus Wildcards of OCE. Like Europe's last seed who defied all odds. Geekay need to put these jokers to rest.
No time like the present to get out on the pitch and prove it. Looking forward to game one. First match of the day here for Wildcard. First match for Geekay as well. And ultimately, it's all about how you can settle in on a new dawn, new day. Because Geekay can look, wildly different at different points in the tournament. So we'll see what they come out with here in that first minute.
This is a 1-1 match, which is important, so no one's getting eliminated, but you could get one step closer to that, or one step closer to playoffs, depending if you're glass half full, glass half empty type of person. But an immediate press, and even Geekay looking for bumps, and have eventually created the gap within Wildcard.
Great speed from all players here. Oli with a nice 50, Joyo winning the race to the ball, and the second one to find the pass down to Archie. Definitely pace of play in Geekay's favor off the rip.
No joking around for Geekay. This is a very well-rounded team. Oli was averaging 2 assists a game. He could really set things up, but look at Archie being the bully at the front line. Joyo dribbling, waiting for his perfect moment to execute as Wildcard fire back in a huge way. There's no slowing Fever down.
Well done, Wildcard. You handle all that pressure in the net back the other side, and you say, look, you're going to play that aggressive. We're going to get out in transition, find a nice pass into the middle, and Fever says, yeah, you overcommitted. You one step too far, and we beat you back to your own net, 1-1.
So I think Geekay are going to have to give more respect to Wildcard, but then with that demo, that's just an open net. Only one back from Wildcard. Are we just going to non-stop score? There's been no time.
Nice play from Archie, to be honest. Continuing forward there on no boost, through cheat up on the kickoff. A lot of people will just see that kind of roll forward. They'll maybe take their 150 and they'll go grab boost somewhere. But Archie says, nope, I'm just going to hit him in the face and let my teammates score. He's been getting physical early.
That's not even the first time. Archie's just got the gloves out. Makes Joyo look great, makes the whole team look great. And it's really a good trifecta building for Geekay, who kind of want to be on the redemption arc. I don't think they proved themselves to the community right after beating K-Corp in that regional. People just keep saying it's a fluke, and after dropping the K-Corp, Geekay want to prove that they're a top European talent, that they deserve this spot after having to pull off the impossible just to get slotted in to this major, and Wildcard want to keep them honest.
And Geekay right now in the midfield is super patient. I mean, they're letting Wildcard get setup touches, and then they're just waiting to see what they actually do with it. They're saying, look, you can get all the nice setups in the world, but do you actually have the control to get the transition? And Geekay asking a lot of tough questions for Wildcard right now.
See if Wildcard have an answer, though. Is Banana Head getting enough support? Torsos waits in the midfield, waits for more boosts. Wildcard need all the resources that can get to just give them those options to go up high, just like Banana is now. And Torsos is at least trying to slow down Geekay's counterattack, because that's what can be deadly about them too. Not too much pressure though. Fever taking the corner boost, trying to hit Joyo. Banana Head gets a pass out to Torsos, and Joyo interrupts just in time. But this is some good pressure building up for Wildcard, and a bouncer well read from Joyo, who carries it along. Can't clear it, all thanks to Fever. And Geekay could be stuck as Joyo has to take the ball high and long, and Archie can't stretch that far.
Solid clear, and Joyo actually getting back to it. Geekay just forced possession back in their favor because all of Wildcard just bailed on the play, thinking that they needed to get reset for an attack. And Geekay happy to play the slow patient game as they should. They're up a goal. We're hitting halftime. They haven't really felt a ton of pressure from Wildcard outside of that one solid transition. Geekay just saying, look, we don't have to sweat right now, so let's not press it.
Wildcard are at least trading blow for blow. Equalizer still looming though, as Wildcard don't have someone downfield. It's really just trying to play this from front to back while stemming the bleeding of you never know when Geekay can turn a play on its head, and Fever wanting to deposit this in the bank. Joyo at the goal line as Archie, a quick turnaround on this, has Wildcard retreating on the back foot. Banana Head and Fever surge downfield. Torsos at the helm, and Oli and Geekay just don't really let Wildcard develop offensively.
Look at Joyo, the zero boost dribble. That's the right way to do it. Just play the best 50 you can get, steal a boost, and maybe an extra goal here. Back post, not going to be good enough. Caught a piece of it, was Wildcard. And Fever will take it out on transition, just about 90 seconds remaining, and they need something here. Who's going to make a big play? Torsos showing presence off the sidewall, but not a whole ton of control with 0 boost, and Wildcard may be stretching themselves a little thin.
Oh, shot towards the net on the post. Wildcard very thankful for that. With that demo, Wildcard, he set themselves up with an advantage, but they can't seem to really approach the net without a solid clear. GK don't have as much presence in the midfield because they have all 3 back, just challenging everything out of Wildcard. Torsos just has to pinch this down, hope Banana Head gets the beat against Oli, but then gets overwhelmed by numbers from GK, who just are playing so defensively in this last minute of play, and GK just have to hold on to this lead.
Chip forward, Oli chance to put it away here. That's a smack off the back wall. And good defending from Wildcard, but right now what matters is possession.
Depends how this 50 goes from Banana Head, and it's dropped right to GK. You gotta see if Wildcard, these challenges can force a ball to a good secondary, so the play can build momentum before GK can rotate back. You haven't been able to outrace this defense. Not unlike that first goal from Wildcard. Slot far down. Banana Head, the corner. Torsos to muscle it in, and we're tied at the 10-second mark.
Wow, Wildcard, great job crossing the net a couple times. Obviously a bit of a heart stopper there as it starts to pinball around the post and the bar, but thankfully Torsos comes through and delivers it. So Wildcard find an equalizer. Really kind of after running into a brick wall for about 3 minutes. Grateful to finally crack through.
Yeah, they had to shuffle the cards and eventually pulled out the tie. Torsos and Banana Head at the fake, had everyone jumping. Overtime for game 1. Wildcard needing to stay composed in this moment, but a demo will set them behind. Joyo towards the backboard. Banana Head with some delay. 2 caught on the defense. Only strikes. A double commit to save as Archie is up next with time and space. Only on the right. And now you got Wildcard circling the drain. They got to get out of here.
And GK doing exactly what Wildcard did to them, left and right, back and across the pitch. A deep clear, forcing some respect out of GK. Oli with the solo effort. What do you got in the tank? He gets bumped off, and Archie just managing to buy a little bit of extra time in the midfield.
Okay, it's just going to float. Torsos wanted to see what Oli was up to, but Oli couldn't climb with no boost, so Archie has a long send towards Joyo. Yeah, double commit, and Archie has it for free! GK, game 1!
Look at the speed from Joyo. Archie pumps this one deep across the field. 2 people up, Joyo wins the race. That's a 2-pronged attack. 1 great speed from Joyo, 2 great pass from Archie. And the gentleman's agreement, hey, nice pass, you can take it. And Joyo off the ceiling right back to his teammate. Gotta be willing to either take some risk or just accept that, hey, if we give the ball up, we give the ball up. And then we go reset on our own terms and just get set on defense earlier might be the way to go.
Yeah, just for Wildcard to be proactive on conceding the ball or trying to get rid of it when those challenges come out, because GK have such a fortified defense. That's why those transitions are a bit easier. It's shoved out of the way. GK almost made space to score first. Archie pretty overwhelmed in this corner too, as GK have now thrown themselves body after this ball. Last one back, Archie with an important touch to the side, and Wildcard couldn't keep bulldozing through. Now Fever to Banana Head. This is just a team effort to just muscle through that midfield. Now Torsos on the retreat. A lot of boost from the Wildcard side, as Oli's going to need support to get this low ball carved through the defenses of Wildcard, who are playing a lot tighter than usual. It was an overtime game 1, so GK giving a lot of respect over. Oli using everything in the tank. Archie still the volley at the front, and this time it gets through.
Tricky. Tough to read the Batmobile. I mean, that's a great straight-up touch. Look at him consider going for the air dribble, but all he's doing is buying time to let Archie just nudge Fever out of the way. He brings it all the way back to the floor, finds a cheeky late touch, flat and quick, straight to the net. Nice little bump, and way to buy a little time, Oli.
Even Archie too, like, he's had a really good major so far of his impact to set up his team and put on shots himself. And if he's having a good day, GK will be elevated to a whole new level, but wait a minute. Wildcard trying to level the playing field, and they were quick to respond against GK last time. A close call, but they wait for their moment to strike. It's about quality. Now with the demo on Joyo, Wildcard try to create these small advantages, but don't have possession to really do so with.
Joyo getting on the wrong side of the ball here. Here's a chance for Wildcard. Is that a bump from Joyo? I believe it was, as it just pops Wildcard right off the chance to actually take possession. Fever down to Torsas, but Torsas out into no man's land up here on the sidewall. GK gonna have a lot of time to figure out where the attack is coming from.
Not seeing too many slip-ups from the GK side. Like, they're always stacking numbers. 2-on-1 in the corner, 2-on-1 against the shot taker of Wildcard. I don't blame Wildcard for having issues against passing as Archie collides Fever at the goal line, and no immediate follow-up as GK would rather hold the midfield and create more fruitful opportunity. How about this one for Holy, and went in a little too early. The ball almost could have floated in front of the net. Could have found the corner.
Ooh. Double 50, Joyo, can you do it all yourself? No, Oli will come and take it from you, but watch these two 50s from Joyo right here. One straight through one, bang, straight through two. Banana Head, I believe, got bumped by Archie again. Physicality continuing to come out of him, and Oli will scoop up a freebie.
Yeah, Archie only got one demo. It's been all bumps and disruption. Something that is not always noticeable until the goal goes through, as Joyo with a great catch up high. Fever and Banana Head getting in his way as Oli tries to catch in the midfield as Fever keeps the ball high, drops it to Banana Head, who tried to jump, and Oli getting in the way as here's the Wildcard resurgence. Coming back with more boost though, they're gonna need it, and Joyo will capitalize.
Don't think he even knew Joyo was there. You could see him get caught out by this touch from Archie. Fever, a little bit lean heavy. He's like, yeah, my teammate's going to win that 50. Archie's backward. It'll be oh, we lost. And then he was already one step too far.
Yeah, when it rains at chorus, GK are just an army at all times. Like kind of deathballing towards any objective, it feels like. When you have two slamming into the net, Joyo can muscle through the 50s. That's been the big difference, is being able to keep yourself into that blue half. And Wildcard, not much signs of life, not these easy transitions as we saw in the previous game. And now, if the demos to kind of relieve things, well, there's no one in the net. Well, he can't save it.
He was trying his best. He was trying to split the difference here. They knew that Archie was trying to like just poke that onto the left post, but he knew Torsas was going to try and hit him, so he was really trying to be very correct with that, and ultimately ends up turning it into his own net. Wildcard getting a little physical of their own plays, and they find a nice way to get themselves back into the game here. 90 seconds, not a whole lot of time to score two, but you get aggressive, you try to make some big plays, and good things happen. And look at that!
God.
On cue, Banana Head.
What a start to you just bully Joyo. Banana Head gets low on the ball against Oli, and then GK just couldn't crowd that bottom corner. And Wildcard with back-to-back goals, really starting to get physical also in the demos, because GK have usually had all three back. They really are outnumbering Wildcard in most scenarios, and Wildcard, we're gonna have to remove them by force, see if they can create that advantage. Look at Torsas just kind of paved the way for Fever.
I think Wildcard has thrown caution to the winds here and said, look, man, they're toying with us right now. Let's go ahead and get crazy. And GK is caught way out of position. Completely open net. I mean, Oli, that's not a bad 50, but where's Archie? He's not even in the shot. No idea where he is.
A 3-0 lead is gone for GK. And now it's time to lock in. Okay, a couple of fakes there, but Oli, Banana Head has to get in net. He goes for the ball. Joyo will receive. Dominance can continue for GK in the last minute. This is when it matters the most. Does match point lose? It's Oli!
Frustrating for Wildcard. You fight back and you can see it right there on the face cams. They're all kind of like, dang, we just brought back the 0-3 lead, and immediately giving it back up feels pretty bad, but no time to mope. 47 seconds, do another kickoff.
Time for Wildcard to get laser focused, can just set themselves up in the orange half. You got your frontliners. You just got to buy time on the ball. Keep possession for as long as you can. If you're the first man, a wild card, and then you send the house, and you come out dry. GK just spit back in their face.
That's a tough break. Fever really trying to force Joyo off the ball there, and somehow Joyo just muscling through all the contact, walked through it and straight into the net. Puts this one, it feels like, completely out of reach. 2 goals with 33 seconds. GK is just going to send 2 deep back, sit in the net, and say, yeah, good luck.
Even demos too. Wildcard are still trying. They had sent all 3 downfield to just have as much muscle as they could. That's been their success of pushing GK into uncomfortable positions. And then just one good 50. GK pretty much put the nail in the coffin in game 2, going up to match point. What a deadly start, 3-0. And now make it 6-3 is where this ends up. So you can't underestimate Wildcard's ability to come back.
That's gotta feel terrible, though. I mean, bring back 0-3 and then to lose by 3 anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that is a punch to the gut right when you did not want one. You know, you get amped up, you start.
GK can make playoffs. I have no doubt with how clean today looks that they could do that.
They certainly could, but as we all know, foolish to count the chickens before they hatch. They still have to close this one out. You already know Wildcard's going to give them their best game here. As look at the physicality from Banana Head, trying to bait Joyo into a bad challenge. Wildcard definitely seeming like, hey, we're going to go look for that guy just camping in the midfield. We're going to poke a hole in that structure. They're willing to accept some risk here to put a little bit of pressure off ball on GK early.
Just even that extended pause that we have is enough. You saw the smiles from Wildcard, like, just to give it your all in this, because it's not an elimination match, but it will get you into the danger zone for sure. GK hope to close things out. Joyo versus Banana Head. Another good win for Joyo and Oli to clean it up.
Tough, irritating start to game 3. Oli, that's a great 50, just back side of the car. Everyone thinking he's going to try and push it towards the wall. Ends up hitting it with a delayed touch back out into the middle, and GK sweep right through.
These challenges, Joyo is winning them more than not. It's almost like Wildcard. No one's back, and now GK are playing at a pace you just can't keep up. GK are up in the air. They're soaring, they're flying. No contact for Wildcard to stop this play at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid flick, but you got to get a hand on it if you're Wildcard, because you know that's a pass. You know it's headed to someone, and if you don't get a hand on it, look what happens. Joyo, strike to the top right.
Archie on the retreat. Look at Joyo already harassing them, and he's not even making possession, and these clears easy for Wildcard. Archie removed, and even with these several 3-on-2 advantages that Wildcard have, it's not turning into anything.
It's that lack of ball control. Yeah, you can find the demo, but if you get bumped off the ball like that, or if your first touch is too heavy and you can't chase it back down, that bump starts to mean a lot less.
Okay, good win for Torsos, but no boost, and Banana Head doesn't know if he's being called off, called upon. Wildcard needs to organize, because you're not going to have a huge window to strike from against GK. It's GK that even robbed the ball from you, and Joyo sets the ball towards the net. Banana Head kind of waits, and Fever, a delayed touch that just barely keeps this out, and GK are going in for round 2 off the ceiling. Oli meets a double commit, but Torsos quick to recover and try to get this out.
I like to see that patience from Oli. Yeah, it's a nice pass out to him, but he's not confident that who's going to be able to put a good shot on target. So instead he says, look, I'm going to take it up the sidewall, turn this into an air dribble, take my best 50, waste some time up the clock. We're already up 2. All we kind of have to do is squeeze just hard enough here for GK, but you definitely don't want to be forcing anything, because when you force it, that's when you get into trouble. That's exactly what happens to Wildcard here. Fever looks for the big pump. Banana Head is ready to go upfield. His teammate loses the challenge, and just like that, Banana Head's not ready in the net.
So many layered challenges, too, from GK of Joyo and Archie. That duo-ship that has lasted through thick and thin. They work so well together on the front side of things, and Wildcard need to have those same connections because they have the same amount of chemistry as those two, and we need to see it on the field. It's a familiar 0-3 spot that they're in, and familiar. Oh, jeez. Nice. Fever and Banana Head heat up, and this is the comeback you got to worry about if you're GK.
That's a great play from Wildcard. Yeah, they sent the house, but they know they need to get on the board quick. They'd like to have about a minute to score 2 goals each, so they give themselves 2.5 to find 2, which is great. But man, that felt like the top edge of the pace that they were going to have on the attack, and it had to go just right to find its way into the back. But at the end of the day, it's 1-3. They're making it a ball game.
At least the 1 goal is something that can hype up Wildcard. They're a team that seems very vibes-based. They know that they're the underdog coming into this, so expectations on themselves. We'll see where they sit and how they hope to close the gap here and now. This Banana Head wants to keep this offense trucking. Archie and Joyo breaking through. Banana Head to Torsauce, right back to sender. And GK always have one back. You're never going to find an open net against them.
Deep clears right into the waiting arms of GK. Oli continuing, just buying time. Whatever touches he finds. Archie with another demo. Forcing Banana Head into a deep clear to push GK back. Here's where you gotta find these next couple of challenges if you're Wildcard.
Okay, Fever's got them on the back foot, setting up Banana Head. Doesn't go for the direct shot, not with Joyo in the way, and couldn't drop this in front of the net as Torsauce hopes for salvage and couldn't cut off Archie in that moment. And now these 50s from Wildcard to slow down the inevitable, and Joyo swinging for the fences, and the double for the 4th one.
Such a tough break for Wildcard. They go from what looks like a fairly promising push, like you said, that bump on Archie on the back wall, and somehow Archie finds a clear out to the side, and then they transition back the other side. Physicality rotates on both sides of the coin. Oli runs into a defender for Wildcard, and they have to play the next kickoff down 3 with a minute to go, and it's just punch after punch for Wildcard right now.
And just no Guardian Angel, even off the kickoff. Like, that would have helped things if that gone through. Double demos, Torsauce just doing what he can to help Wildcard get their head on their shoulders, to breathe a sigh of relief that GK are not all over them at all times. Like a Torsauce just out for blood.
Is it open?
And then, yeah, this just rolls on in.
I think GK is going to say, okay, fine, you can have that one, but you still got to score 2 in 30 seconds. But yeah, absolute maximum chaos for Wildcard right now. Like you said, Torsauce has turned himself into a wrecking ball, and that's about all they can hope for right now. You need something.
Got these fun kickoffs too, but Wildcard didn't benefit from it last time despite a very close call. 23 seconds, match point for GK. A 1-1 series to set yourself up for success in playoffs, and you're just burying Wildcard deeper and deeper into the ground with no chance of resurrecting.
Yeah, you can see Wildcard again, just like in that K-Corp series, a small little team bump as they rotate through their own corner and delays the ability to get to the challenge. GK will put this one out of reach. Nice job, GK, keeping Wildcard at arm's length pretty much the entire series. There were a couple of nice tries, but ultimately the physical play from Archie early on, I think a big tone setter helped him. Really kept Wildcard off balance early. They had the mechanics to build the lead and the consistency to really hold on to it. So credit to you, GK. We said we wanted you to go out there and take care of business. You did just that. Nice clean 3-0.